Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David. Have you ever watched one of those magic shows on TV, like the street magic shows, magicians out there in the real world? Maybe you've seen this on YouTube, where they're doing a trick for a group of people, a crowd of people, and then at the end of their trick, they all scream. The spectators scream, either in excitement, elation, fear. People are running away. They're offering you their firstborn child. They're throwing money at you, and you're wondering, what trick gets those kind of reactions? What are the tricks that get the best, strongest, wildest, craziest reactions? That sounds like a great magic question. All right, we're talking about reactions, right? What are the tricks that get the best reactions? I think we saw this early on with David Blaine's Street Magic Man specials. You know, he was performing for people and they edited in his strongest reactions. And you saw people literally scream, literally shake their heads, nope, nope, nope. People ran away, and we were all wondering, how do I do that? How do I get those strong reactions? Well, the short answer is, it's all up to you. Right? It's all up to you. You have to be a good performer. You have to be a good performer. You kind of have to build your set, right? Build your set from getting their attention to building in some filler tricks to ending with a climax to where you've taken their emotions on this journey, right? And part of that just comes from experience, right? Maturity. But there are a handful of tricks, that if you were to ask a wide group of magicians, and I asked some of the top performing magicians, did a survey, right? Put out the feelers, asked the questions, went out into the forums, grabbed the answers. What are those tricks? What are those tricks that get the best, strongest reactions that you've seen? Walking around, stand up, close up. What are those tricks? I got a list for you, and let me tell you something. The top 3, they're gonna surprise you. You're gonna get a strong reaction on the other end of that camera there. You're gonna freak out. You're gonna be like, what? That's the top 3? I would never have guessed. Never have guessed. You're not gonna believe the top 3. But first, let me tell you something. You're probably gonna know a lot of these tricks, right? By name. You'll be familiar with them. I won't have to go into too much detail about the tricks. You'll be like, yep, heard it. But alongside that, for many of these tricks, I can't give you necessarily a creator or tell you a DVD or a certain specific book that you should go to, okay? Because there's lots. Now, granted, somebody came up with these tricks, obviously, but to say that this is the best routine or that's the best routine, I'm gonna leave that up to you, because chances are you probably own some of these tricks already, or they're in books you own already. So head on over to the Conjuring Archive. Head on over to the Conjuring Archive and look up the titles, and that will tell you where you can find a lot of these tricks. Or just go to penguinmagic.com, right? Go to penguinmagic.com, search these tricks, and you'll get a list of where these tricks appear. Obviously, I want you to buy the tricks that look like they would fit you, your personality, your character, or are being taught by magicians you trust and that you would recommend. So with this list, you're gonna have to do a little bit of research. I'm just giving you the names, giving you the titles. You're gonna have to do some of the legwork. And first, let me give you 3 honorable mentions. 3 honorable mentions. These tricks came up in lists time and time again, but they didn't just quite eke into the top 10. Didn't quite make it. First one is Card Warp. Now, Card Warp, Roy Walton, right? Classic trick. I've done this trick on TikTok. When I did it on TikTok, it got a ton of views. A ton of views. I was surprised. I was so surprised. And I've done this trick for my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and whenever they come over, whenever they visit from out of town, they always ask me to do the same trick again, because it keeps blowing them away. So Card Warp is definitely a trick you can learn how to do. No gimmicks, right? No gimmicks, just 2 cards. Great trick. Crazy Man's Handcuffs. Crazy Man's Handcuffs. I think Michael Amar made it the most popular, but I believe it's been in books since long before that. Linking rubber bands, right? And again, no gimmicks, no gaffes. You can have 2 rubber bands on your wrist, and you have a trick that you can do anywhere, anytime. Please go watch different people perform Crazy Man's handcuffs out on YouTube to get an idea of how it goes. You can probably find the tutorial for free out there on YouTube. I'm sure it's out there. The third one is a coin under watch, right? Or some sort of watch steal. I saw both of those come up in lists, and they came in at about the same amount of people recommending them. So doing a coin trick, maybe ending, and then the end is the coin appears under their watch, okay? And if you know a good routine for that, or you know a good teacher for that, tell us down below. Or learning how to do a watch steal. Learning how to do a watch steal so that in your routine, you know, you're talking to them, you're showing a group of people a group of tricks, and then at the end, there's a finale kicker where you've stolen one of their watches. All right, let's get into the top 10. These are the top 10 tricks that get the best reactions. Number 10, pen through anything. Pen through anything. John Cornelius, I believe, but there are a couple of versions out there. You might see this as pen through Bill, right? Pen through Bill. That's another popular title that you might find. But this is a gimmicked item, right? You can find this at multiple price points. I have a really cheapo, inexpensive, very, very cheap, I think it's a Royal Magic version of Pen Through Bill, but it does the job. It does the job, and it gets great reactions. Number 9 is Gary Freed's NFW. NFW means no freaking way, right? No freaking way. This is one of the very first gimmicked card tricks I ever bought, because I think when it came out, that was right around the time I was voraciously buying tricks. NFW is a trick that just kicks them and kicks them and kicks them with killer kicker endings, like over and over again. It just pays, it delivers, it gets the great reactions, and it consistently pops up on these top 10 lists. So definitely check out NFW. Number 8 is the Chicago opener, or Red Hot Mama. Okay, this is the trick where a spectator selects a card and the back changes color. It was red, but now it's blue. You're like, what? And you say, I'll put that card off to the side, and we'll do it again, right? We'll do it again. And that card is selected and lost, and you're like, there, it changed color. And they're looking at the deck and they're like, no, they're all red. And you're like, no, it's right there, the blue card. And they said, no, that's the card from before. And they turn it over, and it's the second card. It's a killer. And this is another one of those tricks where you can probably find it in a book you already own. I think I even saw Xavier Spade teaches this online on YouTube for free. So this is a killer trick. This is the first trick I open with. When I pull a deck of cards out of the tech box, it's ready to go, Chicago opener. That is the first trick I do right out of the box. That is my attention grabber. That is my number one, giving you my secrets, okay? Chicago opener. Number 7 is an ace trick. What? An ace trick? Is that what it's called? No. But consistently, time and time again, magicians have said that they do some sort of trick with the aces. And there's a couple different ace tricks that I would recommend. Spectator cuts to the aces. Great trick. Spectator cuts to the aces. Aces in their faces is another one that I think you could easily slide into the slot. Twisting the aces, right? Twisting the aces. And McDonald's aces. McDonald's aces as well. So all of those, any one of those would be great. You should have some sort of ace, 4-ace trick in your card routine. Number 6 is the granddaddy of them all, the ambitious card. The ambitious card. This is a routine. This is a routine. And at its core, a card is selected, signed, lost, and it rises to the top over and over and over again. And the magician does it in different ways, right? Different revelations. There's always some grand kicker at the ending, where maybe the card goes to the magician's wallet, the card is folded and appears under their watch. There's a lot of different kicker endings, and there's a lot of different versions of ambitious card out there. All I'm telling you is, in a top 10 list of magicians who say, what are the tricks that get the best reactions, ambitious card comes in 6th. So if you haven't learned an ambitious card routine yet, I would strongly recommend it. And speaking of, number 5 is card to wallet. Card to wallet. So like we just said, at the end of ambitious, there's maybe a card to wallet. But even if you didn't do ambitious card, magicians say time and time again that card to wallet is one of the strongest tricks you can do. Now, I'm also going to throw in ring to wallet. Okay, so borrowing the spectator's ring, having it vanish and appear inside of a zippered wallet. I'm going to put both of those tricks at this same level. So chances are you've probably bought card to wallet in the past. You haven't, yet mastered it or learned how to do it, but I'm telling you, this gets killer reactions. And if you were to ask magicians what gets killer reactions, they're going to come back and tell you borrowed ring or card to wallet. Number 4, I know you're thinking this should be higher. You're going to say, what? No, 4. But this is where it fell, and I'm being straightforward with you. The invisible deck. The invisible deck comes in at number 4. Whenever any magician gets asked, if you were going to carry one trick deck with you, what trick deck would it be? They will come back and tell you the invisible deck. We all saw Blaine do it on TV, blew us all away, blew the spectator he was performing for away. We all ran out and bought it, and then it kind of went into a drawer. But again, I'm just telling you what I learned. If you were to ask a group of magicians, what are the tricks that get the strongest reactions, they would say the invisible deck. So even if you don't do card tricks, you're like, I'm not a card trick kind of guy. I'm not a card trick person. Even if you just bought this one gimmick and learned how to do it, you would be doing one of the strongest card tricks that you can do, the invisible deck. All right, now we're in our top 3. And remember, I said the top 3 would surprise you. The top 3 would shock you. You'd be like, what? I cannot believe it. Coming in at number 3 is a cards across routine. Learning a cards across routine, where you have cards on this side, and mysteriously the cards go from this side to that side. How does it happen? Now, again, there's a lot of cards across routines out there, so it'd be hard for me to recommend one that I say is the best. You should find one that works the best for you. And chances are you might know one, you've bought one in the past. I would dig it back out and learn it, because it's in the top 3, a cards across. If you know a great cards across, tell us down below in the comment section. And I'm also going to add in coins across, okay? Because some of you are coin people, not necessarily card people. So again, in a close-up setting, a coins across routine comes in at number 3. This is apparently what spectators go crazy for, knowing that an object is over here, maybe under a card or under your hand, and it vanishes and appears over there, right? These are the things that blow their minds. And so if you know a simple coins across or a simple cards across, I'm telling you, top 3. Number 2, sponge balls. What? What the heck? I know, you always think, sponge balls, that's for kids. Nope. But it is. And that's the beauty of sponge balls, because if you learn a sponge balls routine, you can do it for kids, teenagers, adults, senior citizens, it doesn't matter. It is the trick that everybody loves. It is a trick for all ages. It's timeless. There's a million routines out there. It's visual, it's fun, it's tactile. They get to hold it. Sponge rabbits is in that same category. So I'm going to say sponge ball routine, sponge rabbits routine. Either one of those. And I know you're like, I'm not really a sponge ball person. That's fine. I'm just telling you. Magicians agree that sponge balls, I know you're just as shocked as me. Or you're sitting there nodding your head, going, yep, I totally knew that. I totally knew that. Sponge balls, sponge rabbits gets incredible reactions, because part of that reaction is surprise, right? Part of that is surprise, elation, laughter, humor, right? And a good sponge ball routine is going to have all of those things. So you should probably break out the sponge balls and learn a little routine. And lastly, coming in at number 1, Monty. The Monty effect. Now, again, just like before with the aces trick, I'm going to tell you that there's multiple Monty effects that came in at number 1. All right? So I kind of grouped all the Monty tricks together. But apparently, your spectators love the Monty effects. And whether that's because people are into gambling, or they just like transpositions, or seeing objects move from one side to the other, or just the game, right? The interaction that, they're involved, they're invested. Where did it go? Where's the ace? You tell me what's here, right? the fact that they're invited into the trick. It's not just a trick that you're performing for someone, but you actually show them and you allow them to talk and react. Monty is the #1 card trick, #1 magic trick you can do to get the best reactions. Let me give you the titles that I heard these magicians say time and time again. Color Monty, yep. Yes, that trick. The red, the blue triangle, the $14 card, right, yes, Color Monty. Two-card Monty. Two-card Monty, David Blaine did it again, gets great reactions. My teacher taught it to me, even though I already knew it. He's like, let me teach you a great trick. And I'm like, all right. And he taught me two-card Monty, and I was like, I already knew that trick. But in his mind, he was like, this is an amazing trick. Three-card Monty, right? So you got all three of those. Color Monty, two-card Monty, three-card Monty, whatever it is, it's the #1. All right, technically that was 13, right? We had 10 tricks, and then we had 3 honorable mentions. What do you think? What do you think of those? What do you think of that list? If you do those tricks, if those tricks are in your routine now, and you're out there, you're performing, do you agree? Do these tricks get the reactions? And what would you add? What would you add to this list? So if you know a good place to learn an ace trick, you know a good place to learn a Monty trick, you know a good sponge ball routine trick, right? Or a good cards across or a good coins across, put those recommendations below. Help some people out when they visit this video, right? They're gonna be looking for answers. They're gonna be looking for titles, looking for people, places to go to learn these tricks. If you know some great ones, put your recommendations down below. And I would always recommend you going to penguinmagic.com for all of your magic needs. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for that question. Keep those questions coming. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks, simple card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks, give my videos a like, subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.